Mm. Do okay, I'll start in a second. 1 second. All right. Uh, I'll close this browser and then just go. All right. Hey everyone, welcome to a stream where I'm gonna read an old Shonen Jump that I've had in my possession for a while now. Um, I actually have it because I'm gonna open it right now. There it goes. I actually have it because a while ago I had a video called Virtua Quest, and in it I talked about how in my older YouTube videos I was planning on uh, doing a bunch of videos reviewing basically older anime like Yu-Gi-Oh and whatnot. I didn't do that. I decided to review video games instead. But I picked up this copy of Shonen Jump in particular because it has an interview with Mizuki Takahashi, the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh, and it says some really interesting things in there. But I figured, I still wanted to talk about this Shonen Jump somehow. So here's a stream where I'm just gonna read through the entire manga, I guess. It's a pretty good one too. I have read through it before, but I'll do it again on stream. Oh wait. I need the double pages. 1 second. Stop. That. There we go. Damn it, I'm skipping ahead. But yeah, as you can see, I had to scan every single page of this myself, by the way, because it's really hard to find Shonen Jump scans online. Like you can find scans of the weekly Shonen Jump that they have over in Japan, but like the Western shit, man, good luck. You'll have to do your best. Luckily, I own this copy, so I could just scan it myself. But if I didn't, then I wouldn't be able to do the stream right now. But yeah, okay, let's take a look at this. You can see they have advertisements for an old Yu-Gi-Oh pack, an old booster deck. I like Yu-Gi-Oh. I even have a video on Yu-Gi-Oh about Yu-Gi-Oh on my channel, but I don't I don't really collect the cards like that. I do have a collection, but I'm not crazy about collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards. All right, and check this out. This is everything that's in this issue. There's a whistle. I don't actually know much about whistle. It's a soccer anime. I'm not super huge into sports and stuff. I like basketball. I like basketball anime and stuff, but that's about it. I can't speak to anything else. Can't speak to Haikyuu. Can't speak to Blue Lock. Can't speak to Prince of Tennis. Just anything you name. I'm not really. I'm not knowledgeable about it, especially not Whistle. I don't even know if this was like a successful thing. It's just a preview in this issue, just a preview of the first chapter. So I don't even know how far Whistle went really. There's also Shaman King. Uh, Never read it, never saw it. I know what it is. I've seen it before. Uh, One of the ones I'm not too knowledgeable on either. Uh, I know it was on what was it, Four Kids for a while. I don't know if it finished, but yeah, that's Shaman King. Also, yeah, everyone knows One Piece. You can see it says it's coming to Foxbox. That's Four Kids. Foxbox is Four Kids. Um, yeah, this is super early in One Piece too. I think. Well, I'm not gonna say what happens. We'll get to there when we get to there. But yeah, really I like this chapter in this book for a particular reason. Also, Yu Yu Hakusho, my favorite anime manga series of all time, one of the greatest. I love Yu Yu Hakusho. I could go on about it. Maybe I will later. Who knows? Dragon Ball Z also love this. If you don't know, my name Sun Cosmo comes from Dragon Ball. Son Goku, Son Cosmo. Yeah. Hikaru no Go. Uh, I'm not the biggest fan of this one, and I'm not saying that as in like I despise it or anything, but like I've never actually read it. I don't know much about it. Isn't it something like he finds a go board and gets possessed by someone who was really good at the game or something? The spirit of someone who was good at it. I don't know. I don't want to embarrass myself. Naruto, one of the OGs of Shonen Jump. Not OGs, but one of the classics. Everyone loves Naruto. And of course, Yu-Gi-Oh! By Kazuki Takahashi. That's what this whole entire Yu-Gi-Oh! Is pretty much like the centerpiece for this one, I guess. There's a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! In this issue. Like you can see right here, we have the ad. Actually, I might look over my Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. Also, yeah, you can see there's a little advertisement here. You can get a magnetic photo for. Would you would you get bullied if you were a kid in 2004 and you had one of these for your locker? I don't know. Is that like a cool thing to have? I don't know. There's also an ad for a print ad for Crimson Tears. Really cool game. I think that would be interesting to do a video on, but um, maybe not. I don't know. I like it, but I don't know if I like it that much. All right, you can also get some game guides. I like looking at these old ads. These old ads are fun. Uh, Boost Fury. I didn't care for this Yu Yu Hakusho game, Dark Tournament. I know a lot of people like it. I didn't really care for it. Tournament Tactics. Isn't this the one on Game Boy? Boost Fury. I know that's on Game Boy. Budokai 3. I was never a Budokai guy. I was always more Raging Blast. Supersonic Warriors. I'm not sure which game that is. BoJack Unbound though. That's one of the better Dragon Ball Z movies, I think. I remember liking this one a lot. Talk about the animation quality. Yeah, I think the animation was pretty good. This is the one where, everyone posts that gif of Trunks' hair coming down after going out of Super Saiyan. There's also the one where Gohan does that crazy fucking what's it called? Damn it, I can't remember the name of it, but like that rush attack. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. I like that guy. Beat the Vandal Buster. I actually don't know much about this. I know it's a manga series. This is the game of it, but I've never actually read Beat, so I don't know much about it. Is this what's the screen here? Is it also on Game Boy? Cause like right here, hold on. I'll zoom in. You can see right there. I guess it came to console and Game Boy. Cause that looks like Game of Sprites. Maybe it's a mini game or something within the game. I don't know. Dragon Glass. Oh yeah, Game Boy. I see. GBA and PS2. Oh, that's neat. They also advertise Street Fighter here, the Anniversary Collection. I played my share of Third Strike. Not so much Street Fighter 2 actually, but Third Strike I put my time into. Only $29.99. Oh yeah, and here's the interview with Kazuki Takahashi. Pretty neat that you can get some insight like this. Uh, I was looking. The reason why I bought this Shonen Jump in particular is for this page right here, this single page. I wanted to read over it, but uh, yeah, I couldn't find it online anywhere, so I had to buy this issue myself. And yeah, apparently this isn't even like part one. They have three parts to this. This being the second part. Yeah, he's a. If you don't know, he's now deceased. So the video I wanted to do would have been like right at the time when he was right before he passed. I guess that's also kind of why I turned it off. Like why I got turned off to it. I don't know. I feel like when you're doing a video on something that you really like, you should really be passionate about it. You should do it justice when you're going to talk about something that you're a fan of. And I guess at the time, I just didn't feel like I could do that. I look back on a lot of my older content and feel that way. Like, I shouldn't have made this. I didn't do a good job here. I feel that way about the Yakuza videos that I did. Just awful videos, in my opinion. Um, I I've unlisted them on my channel. They're still watchable, but if you look in the playlist, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that video, those videos. I did two on Yakuza Kiwami 1 and Kiwami 2. Yeah, here's a neat thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! So for those of you who don't know, it wasn't always a card game manga. It was a game manga. Uh, I've read through it myself a couple of times. And yeah, you'll see that they do more than just play card games. The card game just became as popular as it did because it was cool, I guess. And that's pretty much what the series is known for these days. But if you want to see something really cool, just something really neat, do yourself a favor and read through the manga. Or watch season 0 of the anime. Uh, it was a bit darker. That's what everyone knows it for, but it was also a lot of fun seeing the stuff they get into. This guy right here, he uh he dies as a result of, if I remember this right, he dies as a result of Yugi tricking him because he was like a, what was he, like a thief criminal or something. And yeah, Yugi pretty much sent him to the Shadow Realm. That's code for dying. Really good read though, Yu-Gi-Oh! I wish the other stuff did become as popular as the card game because it's a pretty silly read, Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like you think the 4 Kids dub is just like, adding silliness to it and all, and it is, but no, even the original manga it was kind of out there. Also, yeah, the anime that you've probably seen on 4 Kids wasn't the entire thing. That's what I mean by season 0. There's more to it than just the card game stuff. He also talks about the power, like how everyone jokes on Yu-Gi-Oh for uh, everyone saving the day by using the power of friendship. Basically, he talks about that here, uh, and I think that trope does get a bit of a bad rap. Like, yeah, it can be kind of annoying to see things resolved by people just believing in one another and stuff like that. But I don't know, when it's done well, I don't mind it so much. I think the problem is in Yu-Gi-Oh! Most of the time, it's not done really well. I'll say this about Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot of the conclusions to a lot of problems feels like bullshit, I guess. Like get out of jail free cards. Like somehow Yami Yugi cheating at a game or, the power of friendship like here. And when it's done over and over, it gets kind of, I don't want to consume this anymore. But I still enjoy the Yu-Gi-Oh manga a lot. I think it's a fun read. You guys should read it. I highly recommend it. All right, and here you can see an advertisement for the Astro Boy game. I didn't know there was an Astro Boy game. I don't know if this is true. Right here, the world's first anime. Is that true? I've heard that about multiple different anime. I know it's like one of the classics, one of the big first big ones, but first anime. I don't know. I'm being pedantic. Uh, I do want to read Astro Boy though. I don't know much about it. I saw the movie that came to the States a long time ago, but I don't remember much about it. Oh yeah, this is Whistle. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna read through all of Whistle. I'm just not interested in it. Uh, I think the art looks nice. It's not bad. I don't know. Soccer manga anime just doesn't do it for me. I'm not into it. Football. Yeah, nice art. Like I said, I don't think anything's wrong with it. The way it looks. There's an ad for what is that? Phantom Brave. Actually, let me see. I don't know much about this game. Uh, Looks like a tactics sort of thing. Interesting. Okay, yeah. If you want to read this stuff, by the way, you can just pause it. I guess I'm not gonna stop and read everything. Uh, I will say this though. You might notice some of the scans look scuffed. Don't worry, they're only gonna get scuffeder. I didn't really do a good job. It was my first time scanning something, so cut me some slack. And yeah, that's pretty much it because it's just a preview. You can just get that little read of the Whistle manga there. There's also Shaman King here. I know very little, very little about Shaman King. Uh, yeah, he can like speak to spirits and stuff, I guess. There's like necromancy and all that. It's a religious thing as well, I think. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, wait a minute. Change pages. But yeah, you can see we have some double page spreads here. I tried my best with these scans, but they didn't come out too great. I think they actually put two chapters of Shaman King in this issue. Dragon Drive, what's that? You can see Hachi there. What it was. Yeah, I've never read Dragon Drive or Shaman King, so I don't know what either of these things are. I do try to read a lot of manga. I have a manga dex actually that I keep updated, but it hasn't been updated in a while because I just haven't read too much manga in a good minute. Uh, I would like to get back into reading stuff though. There's one really good manga that I read a while ago. I forgot the name of it. I'm gonna look it up after this, but basically it's like about a girl who gets to see people's memories and stuff, their past, just by touching them, and then she gets them to uh, turn themselves in if they've done crimes or whatever. Or not turn themselves in, kill themselves, actually. I like stuff like that. Yeah, here I'm skipping through the story. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'm not gonna read Shaman King. I'm sorry. I'll check this out this month in Shonen Jump graphic novels. Yeah, the sports mangas, Prince of Tennis, Whistle. I'm not really into those. Sorry, but they do have Bleach here. I did read the earlier parts of Bleach. I do like Bleach, but if I'm being honest, my enjoyment pretty much stops after the Soul Society arc. I I have tried to watch past that point, but haven't been able to really get into it. I think the Soul Society was the peak for me. I would like to return to Bleach sometime. I just I don't know. I haven't found the drive to. Dragon Ball though. I've already talked about my love for Dragon Ball. Uh, Apparently this was the final volume of it. This Naruto. I'm pretty sure this was the first Naruto volume I owned actually. This one with Haku and Zabuza. Uh, I had it was it might be the first manga volume I ever owned actually, because I remember going to a bookstore with my father, and he picked me up two books in particular. It was this one and what was the other? I think it was Kingdom Hearts, the Kingdom Hearts manga, specifically Kingdom Hearts 2, the Kingdom Hearts 2 manga. But yeah, I gave both of those away to my cousin just because it was her birthday and I don't know, I wanted to give her something. I wasn't reading those manga anymore, so I just gave them away. Uh, I did eventually read the Naruto manga in full though, because at my school's library they just had them all. They also had a bunch of these Shonen Jump issues. That's how I read a bunch of Shonen Jump back in the day. Everyone always ripped the Yu-Gi-Oh cards out of them whenever they had Yu-Gi-Oh cards inside. Also, yeah, we don't have to talk about that. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna be skipping ahead of Shaman King. I'm sorry. I don't dislike the series, but I don't know much about it, and I don't want to really read it. It's nice art. I like how he's been open. Oh, there we go. One Piece. So this is like super early in the series. They didn't even get Sanji yet, so we don't have the full East Blue Five. But this is also when I think One Piece was at its most fun back in post time skip. I mean pre time skip. This is when I enjoyed One Piece the most. Monkey D. Luffy. They don't call him Zolo in Jump. Yeah, super duper early. Pirate Hunters. This is the one where Zoro's friends get introduced. This is also where you see the messed up Jolly Roger. That's funny. Going Mary. Yeah, this is the one where we get introduced to Johnny and Yosaku, I think their names are. Yeah. Zoro's friends basically. Remember those guys? What happened to them? They just like I guess they aren't important, so they don't have to be in the story, but it is weird that they just kind of pieced out so soon. Yeah, these two guys. So you can see the skins are getting sloppier. It's a lot more crooked. It's gonna get more and more crooked, don't worry. Oh yeah, this is also when they look for a sea cook. You know who that is. My OG. My favorite One Piece character of them all. He's full body. He's a dickhead. Yeah, I kind of miss this era of One Piece when guys like Full Body were not really formidable threats, but the world was more unknown. So guys like this, it was up in the air what their full extent was. But now everything's pretty much been established now. Kind of, I don't know. There's ups and downs to that. Yeah, here's Sanji, my goat, my favorite. Oh my god. I didn't even realize I cropped off the text there. Whatever. Yeah, this one is super sloppy. Mm. No, Sanji had a nice introduction to be continued. Yeah, and here you see Yu Yu Hakusho. My God, what a series! I love this one. Uh, I could talk about this for hours. Honest to God, this is Suzaku back in the what were they called? The four Saint Beasts or whatever. I can't remember, but basically Yusuke, Kuwabara, Hiei, Kurama, they had to go into the demon realm or whatever and stop these guys. This was right at the end of it. Yusuke and Suzaku's final battle. Of course, Yusuke wins here after being pushed his limits. Also, yeah, back in the Earth, I guess, Botan and Keiko were being attacked because everyone got possessed or whatever by the insects. Yeah. This is back before it was revealed that Yusuke is part demon or whatever. I really like that everyone in the story has, like the four main guys that we follow. I like that they all kind of mirror each other in a way. You know, you have Yusuke, a human who turns out to be a demon. Um, Kurama, a demon who later becomes a human. And then Hiei, just a straight up demon. And Kuwabara, just a straight up human. I like how they all mirror each other. I like the character relations in this entire series a lot. Kaboom. Yusuke just won. So it was a pretty funny gag manga. You see Yusuke, he goes to sleep. He thinks Keiko and Botan are dead or whatever. But Kuwabara tricks them. So he's laughing at him. It's a fun time. It's a funny manga. I really like the relationship between Yusuke and Keiko too. I think that's one of the few things the live action did an okay job with, not a great job. I don't think the live action did a great job at anything besides the actual fights. But even then, I wasn't too crazy about them. I could I could go on and on about the live action. Actually, I might. I was gonna do an entire video on the live action and why I'm so disappointed by it. Why I was so disappointed by it. But I don't know. I just didn't do that video. But I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever get around to that. So I'll just rant about the live action here, I guess. It I think the biggest problem with the live action is it just it's the pacing. First of all, you can't tell this long, this grand of a story in just 5 or 4 episodes or whatever it was. I think that was the first mistake. And by doing that, you you don't give moments the respect that they deserve. They treat a lot of the key moments in the live action as just spectacle. Like, oh God, I might be spoiling Yu Yu Hakusho for anyone who's never seen it or read it, but Specifically, I remember Genkai's death. You know, that was an emotional moment for everyone. When Yusuke fires off the spirit gun into the air, that was like literally Genkai passing the torch to Yusuke. It was a huge thing. But the live action doesn't really carry that same weight because he's known Genkai for like what? How long do they know each other in the live action? I don't remember, but definitely not long enough that when she passes away, you know, it feels as impactful. Um, trying, hold on. I have actually trying to find him. Yeah, see, I wrote a script on why I dislike the live action so much. I was gonna do an entire script on it, but I guess I'll just read off some of the talking points here. Uh, yeah, the entire fact that they condense two arcs worth of story into 5 episodes, harebrained move. First of all, uh, they okay, yeah, they wanted to get the best of the show, basically all the moments that people know the series for in just that short amount of episodes. But I don't care who you are, you're not going to write that much story into just 5 minutes and expect to come out 5 minutes, 5 episodes, whatever, and expect to come out with something, great. I think my favorite thing about Yu Yu Hakusho is actually this. It's the earlier story when Yusuke, his role is basically a spirit detective. Does it say here? Yeah, supernatural detective. He was a spirit detective. That's my favorite part of Yu Yu Hakusho. The fact that Yusuke goes out, he solves these mysteries, and it's not a complete battle shonen at its inception. It's more than that. It's about this guy who figures out what's going on with, well, like, why are these humans turning into demons and stuff. That's fun. I like when Yu Yu Hakusho does that most. That's also why I like the Chapter Black Saga a lot, because it wasn't necessarily all battles like the Dark Tournament was. It was more uh, Yusuke and all his friends trying to figure out what was going on with Sensui and everything else. I think that's where the series thrives, for me at least. Uh, but the show didn't even give the series itself like the time to revel in that. It's like he spends 2 episodes doing spirit detective stuff, and then he's off to fighting in the Dark Tournament. Those are basically the first 2 arcs, but I don't know. You took something great out there. I think that's what I like about Yu Yu Hakusho. That's what I admire about it the most. I mean, of course, everything else is cool too. Like, I do like the fights. I do like the humor. But the spirit detective at all, I think that was one of the better parts of the story. I've always said if they ever do a Yu Yu Hakusho game, they shouldn't do a straight up fighting game or arena fighter, anything like that, like you would expect from the Yu Yu Hakusho, or just an anime game in particular. Because, whenever an anime gets a video game adaptation, they always turn it into a fighting game for some reason. No, I think the Yu Yu Hakusho series would have been better served as like I don't know, like an RPG or mystery or something. We could do more than just fight. I think it would have been fun to run around as Yusuke and stuff. And I know that's been attempted as well with stuff like One Piece World Seeker, and it doesn't always come out great. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot doesn't always come out great, but I still think Yu Yu Hakusho would be better served for a series like that than just a straight up fighting game. You can do more than just fighting games. I hope people realize that. Looking at you, Bandai Namco. But yeah, this is pretty much the chapter. Yusuke and his pretty girlfriend Keiko. You can see some fan art here. I'm sorry, I was looking at something. But yeah, this is a this chapter in particular, the one we're about to look at. You can see this nice double spread. This chapter we're about to look at, this is actually manga exclusive. The events don't play out exactly like this in the anime. Battle at Hell Housing Development. Um, there's like imposters of Yusuke and Kuwabara. Um, there is this to some degree, but it's been changed around. So pretty much everything here is a kind of original. If you want to read, not everything in the manga is different from how it is in the anime, but yeah, if you want the original experience, you should read the manga as well as watch the anime. Great as the anime is, like I've seen the anime more than I've watched the manga. I mean, read the manga, but yeah, there there is stuff to take away from the manga that you can't really get with the anime. This being one of the things in particular. This is all pretty much original. Um, you can see here, Kurama makes a little reference. Just call me Tuxedo Mask. For those of you who don't know, Yu Yu Hakusho was written by Yoshiro Tagashi. Uh, Tuxedo Mask is a character from Sailor Moon, which was written by Togashi's wife. I forget her name. I'm gonna look it up because I don't want to just say Togashi's wife. Naoko Takeuchi. Yes, yes, yes. Sorry, I forgot her name. I'm sorry. Yeah. So they have like, if you read their stuff, you'll notice that they have a bunch of little references all the time, just like little nods to each other's works. I think that's pretty cute. Um, yeah, Kurama's pretty much like that role would fit Kurama anyways. Tuxedo Mask, I guess. Actually, I think it would fit Koen Mamor, which is why they have him dress as Tuxedo Mask in the anime at one point. In the Dark Tournament, he's in disguise, and he looks near identical to Tuxedo Mask. Um, yeah, that's one of the many references that Takashi has included to Sailor Moon. You can see Hiei. He's a little gremlin. Look at him, little goblin, always dressed in all black. Yeah, love Yu Yu Hakusho. It's a great series. Uh, Dragon Ball, another great chapter right here. This is the Cell Saga, my favorite saga of the entire series. I don't think it's the best narratively. I'd give that to Namek, but I do think the Android Cell Saga is the most enjoyable from Dragon Ball. Uh, this was during the time when, the Z Fighters were really coming together and we were getting to know them as they are now. Goku being the leader, pretty much, Vegeta being number two. But at this point, Vegeta wasn't really number two yet. He was just pretty much here along for the ride. At this point, Gohan was becoming the main guy because this was well, I don't want to spoil what happens to Goku. Everyone knows Goku dies. What am I saying? But yeah, everyone, this was starting to become Gohan's story. So I think that's why I appreciate this part of Dragon Ball Z so much. That's also why I appreciate the beginning of the Buu saga. When Gohan was just being a high school student, I love that. I love this Saiyaman stuff. I always say this. I think Dragon Ball should just stop with the battles and shit and just become a slice of life at this point. I enjoy those kinds of stories more than the typical battle shonens at this point, I guess. Um, in Super, when Goten and Trunks finally got aged up and they started doing their high school stuff, that was my favorite part of the manga, honest to God. I don't know. It's cool to see these guys who are insanely overpowered do normal human day-to-day things. I think that's why people like that one filler so much of Piccolo and Goku getting their license and driving. I don't know. I People say this thing about Dragon Ball, the yell loud, get funny new hair color, and I hate to say it, but it's true. That's pretty much what the series has become at this point. And I don't know. As much as I love Dragon Ball, I kind of hate what it's become, especially with Super. That happened in Super. I don't think Super is terrible. I think it's, if I had to say, I think Super is good idea, terrible executions. This show, especially the Goku Black saga, but another rant for another day. I just, I appreciate these stories. I appreciate what we've already gotten from it. I don't really need them to keep bringing characters back and stuff to raise the stakes or whatever. The slice of life, just like normal overpowered characters in mundane situation stuff, is more fun to me than just everyone fighting each other, I guess. But this part of the story, the Cell Saga, this definitely took place during a part when everyone was, they had to squabble up against cells. So, yeah, I really do appreciate this part of the story. I like seeing the Z Fighters together. Look at how short Piccolo looks. Why do they look so stubby here? Look at Goku. Yeah, even Dende looks kind of normal. Yeah, Soul's bored because the Sea Fighters, he said wait 10 days or whatever. Huh. That's Bulma repairing 16. Um, yeah, this is the chapter that also gave us a bunch of iconic moments that you'll see in a second. I think they use this picture of Goku in the Dragon Ball wiki, don't they? The dawn of the 17th. That would either be May or March, I guess. It's weird, not weird, but I guess kind of weird. Goku in swimming trunks or his underwear or whatever. We also get introduced to Hercule here. Dinde. Cell is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Dragon Ball antagonists. I like how cocky he is. Yeah, here's the gag effect, the gag character, the comic relief, Hercule. Everyone loves Hercule. Get that? Oh no, I thought that was the same panel. Always a showman, Hercule. Kaki Vegeta, get lost. Sorry, I'm just kind of like reading this entire manga right now. I'm not talking much. Kind of enjoying this. Oh, damn it. I didn't mean to do that yet. Whatever. Yeah, here's this iconic double shot, double spread. Everyone's seen this. Bunch of nice moments in this chapter. This guy is not going to contribute. This guy is not going to contribute either. But, you know, it's good to have him here. Hmm. Always the showman Hercule. Thing is, Hercule really isn't a slouch. It's important to remember that he's the world champion, but you know, he's still like complete filler to everyone else here. I do enjoy Hercule's character though. I think he's fun. Yeah, this is the rush attack, and you can see he gets smacked off. Everyone knows this scene. This is the attack they always put in the games. Wait, let me. I think I missed something. Uh, Hercule. The picture of Hercule doing the thumbs up. I just want to point it out because I recognize it as the picture they use in Dokkan. It's the one where he says, "Let's keep our promises." I see. Yeah, I think I missed it. Whatever. I'm not gonna go crazy looking for it. Just give it one more look over. Yeah, things are about to become way more scuffed, by the way. I things are about to become way more scuffed because these scans are getting lower in quality. I stopped caring so much about the cropping and well, basically you'll see what I mean in a second. I'm gonna look at this stuff though. This Dragon Ball fan art. You could send in your fan art and maybe it would get featured. It's kind of makes me want to play Newgrounds games for some reason. Oh, what's this? 200th chapter. Raditz, he's a bitch. I'm surprised they never bought this guy back. They brought his hair back, but not Raditz himself. Oh, look at that. Yajirobe in blue and Gohan in green. Was that like a misprint or something? Uh, Here you can see more, I guess. Just, just talking about the volumes, the chapters, I guess. Um, the assimilation. I feel so bad for Piccolo. Whenever he gets an upgrade in the series, they just kind of nerf him immediately after. Piccolo nailed it. Didn't do shit. I hate to say it, but he didn't. Uh, but this is around when Goku becomes Super Saiyan, I guess. So that's cool. Uh, yeah, I have this. This is from Toriyama art book, I believe. Well, it's in Toriyama art book. I have that a scan of it. It's pretty nice. I'll show it actually. Hold on. I have to find it. 1 second. Yeah, here it is. It's kind of big. Yeah, there it is. I like it a lot. I like a lot of the art in this art book. This is one of my favorites though, because I'm just like I'm a huge Sail fan, so I rock with it. Um, I also got my old profile picture from that art book. This one right here. Make it a bigger. There it goes. Yeah, that I cropped out that Goku and pretty much uh changed the background color, I guess. But I changed it because you can't really see his face in it too well, and I like his face to be bigger in the profile picture, so that's why I have the current one that I do now. But let's get rid of that. All right. I think no, I don't have this box set. I do have a Yu-Gi-Oh box set though, not this one. Oh yes, scans are about to become way worse. I just gave up. I stopped caring about cropping them properly. But yeah, this looks normal. This looks fine. I like the art here for future Trunks. This is pretty much the history of Trunks OVA, but uh, in manga before it became an OVA. And yeah, you can see I gave up on the scans. I did. This is the last page I did. I did some more here and there, some of the double spreads and stuff. But after that, I said, "Fuck it, I don't want to crop anymore." Because there's like 300 pages, 350 something of these pages, and I didn't really want to. You will see in some of these pages, like the sleeve of my hoodie and stuff, just because I had to keep the page down, so I was pressing down on it a little bit. But that's this is a Dokkan unit. If anyone's played Dokkan, don't play it. It's a gotcha. It will uh you'll love it a little too much. Maybe you won't because it's such an arcade game. But I put far too much time into that game. I don't want to put any more in. Just don't play gotcha. They're bad for you. Stop it. Delete Uma Musume. 17. His big ass forehead. Yeah. They it's pretty short, this one shot story, I guess. Um if you really want a better version of the story, you'd be better off just watching the OVA. I remember it not being terrible. I remember liking it a lot actually. They actually adapted this in Dragon Ball Z Sagas. You can play the history of Trunks. It's not great because that game is dog shit, but you know, it's something. And here we have Hikaru no Go. Um, yeah, like I said, not huge on this one. Uh, yeah, yeah. Like I said, it's a ghost here. I was reading the thing. I don't know much about it actually, so maybe I should give it a read one of these days. But like I've heard great things about it. I haven't heard anyone say it's bad or anything. But it's I don't know. I'm just not into Go. I've played it before, and I know you can make manga about I won't say mundane, but just like less exciting stuff like this interesting. Like I'm not saying that's why I dislike it, but it it doesn't really do much for me. The fact that it's a manga about Go. I don't know. There's other game, like board game, card game stuff. Yu-Gi-Oh in particular, that one's a bit more silly. I won't use that as an example. Uh, but there's other stuff like that that I find all right. Kakegurui, whatever how you say it. I find that interesting. Not so much Go though. Wait, what's that say? There's been a movement to introduce Go to every American kid out there. I mean, I didn't see people playing it as a child. I would have been around the age people would have, enjoyed this as a child, I guess. I don't know. Everyone was always about Bakugan, Beyblade, and shit. Not really Go. Yeah, this is one of those spreads that I actually did crop the spread for. It's not great. You can see bits and pieces here and there look off, but whatever. Yeah, I'm just gonna go past this. Oh, and here we have Naruto. This was way, way, way back in part one. Um, it's only the 41st chapter. Back during the Chunin exams, before they even started fighting, it's when they were doing the written part, I guess. The exam, the actual exam, the written exam. And they had to cheat, basically, on their tests. Um, they were actually they weren't really being encouraged to cheat, I don't believe, but uh, they wanted to pass. That would be their um, best option, I guess. It's pretty fun. This chapter is pretty fun. I actually read it while I was scanning it. I remember liking it. Uh, Naruto still can't tell that Hinata has feelings for him at this part in the story. Yeah, oh man, it's so creative how they all cheat. Gara uses his sand, he like implants it in someone else's eye. Yeah, uh, 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 Shino has his insects. Neji. Yeah, here's the thing. Did they call the Byakugan the evil eye in the Jump translation, I guess? Because I don't remember that at all. I looked it up. I couldn't find any other instances of the Byakugan being referred to as the evil eye. So what's up with that? You know, Sasuke uses his Sharingan. Yeah, I can't really tell what was up with the evil eye thing there. Also, yeah, they have a tuning exam here if you want to do it yourself. It starts off pretty normal, but then it gets silly. Like, I'm gonna skip this song. It's too loud. All right. Um, yeah, you can do this exam if you want to. Uh, Jonin are elite ninja. Hokage is leader. Genin is junior ninja. Chunin is journeyman ninja, I guess. And Ninja Academy would be cadets. Uh, my journeyman, what would they describe it as that? Logs are people too. Yeah, oh, the Uzumaki thing. I actually took Japanese class in my high school for 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. For 3 years, I took Japanese in high school. I remember my teacher showed us a picture of this on the projector or whatever, and she said, "Can anyone name what this is?" And I don't know, jokingly, I said Uzumaki, and she was like, "Yeah, you got it right." So I guess that's how I learned this thing is called an Uzumaki. I was just dicking around because I remember seeing this in Naruto a lot. This little spiral thing. Apparently that means spiral or something. I didn't retain a lot from Japanese class, unfortunately. Uh, I guess that also explains the Junji Ito story. Why there are so many spirals in that. I'm not gonna do this entire thing. It's just a bunch of jokes, but yeah, you can tell this is from 2004. Spork. This is pretty. This one got me. Who was the best ninja ever? Chris Farley. They also have Sunny Chiba here. Storm Shadow. Yeah, it's a product of its time, Shonen Jump, but that's why it's fun, I guess. Um, yeah, here's the rest of the chapter. Naruto's just doing the exam. You know, possess. Sakura can tell, right, that she's being possessed by Ino. Can't you tell when Ino possesses you? I can't remember. I can't remember. Yeah. I feel like she would be able to notice though. Man, I miss this Gara, this little evil goblin Gara, back when he was an edge lord. Back when the tailed beasts were actually scary. I don't know, just part one Naruto, man, that shit is so good. I love it. I really hate what the series has become these days. I think the biggest problem with Naruto is they try to explain too much. There's just as much fun in the unknown. But yeah, once Naruto introduced space aliens, space ninja aliens, and said that's where chakra comes from or whatever. I was so clocked out. And it's a shame because everything. Oh, I don't even hate Shippuden really. Just the ending of it. Everything leading up to the Fourth Great Ninja War, everything leading up to that, it was so good. It was so damn good. Um, but yeah, the ending. What was her name? Kaguya, Kagura. One of those is a character from Clash of Ninja Revolution 2. I can't remember which is which. But yeah, that once they introduced her, oh man, the Zetsus and shit, the Zetsus. Madara would have been a fantastic final villain. You don't have to cop out and try to say there's an even greater threat. There's another series that does that. I can't remember the name of it now, but it tries to redeem the final villain by saying they're possessed or something. Damn, I can't remember the name of it. I know spoilers for Stranger Things season 5. I thought they were going to go that way with Vecna in Stranger Things. Thankfully they didn't. Thankfully he stayed a bad guy. Uh Stop redeeming your villains. Villains don't need redemption. It's okay to be evil. You don't have to make every character sympathetic. Well, you can make them sympathetic, but you don't have to try to turn them into a good guy at the last moment. So, oh my god, that's what happens to nearly every bad guy in Naruto now that I think about it. Uh, that's why it gets the infamous Talk no Jutsu reputation. But yeah, let your bad guys be bad guys. There's nothing wrong with that. I really like this angle here. They did some fun stuff back in the day. It's really creative of Gara. Yep, and here we have the final manga of the issue here, Yu-Gi-Oh! Man, Yu-Gi-Oh! I said it earlier. This series is so silly, man. Even when they weren't doing card game stuff, this is Dungeon Dice Monsters. Um, you can see Bakura there. Man, I really should reread Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, just from the beginning. I love this manga so much. But yeah, you see they got turned into figures and stuff. They used to do some fun stuff with Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know the state of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime or manga today, but I highly doubt it's enjoyable as the OG was. I don't know. I can't even enjoy like the Yu-Gi-Oh card game these days, just because everything's all meta now. You know, I don't keep up with that stuff. I like my normal monster cards and the few with effects and stuff. I don't like getting into all the XZs and what do they have now? Links or whatever. Probably sound like a boomer, but I'm not crazy about the new age of Yu-Gi-Oh! Playing it at least. I don't know, like I said, I don't know the state of the anime or manga or whatever. I'm sure they're on something with another crazy hero protagonist. Um, I yeah, I like my OG Yu-Gi-Oh. This is my favorite. This is my favorite era of Yu-Gi-Oh. GX wasn't bad. 5Ds wasn't bad either. I kind of tuned out with his Exel, but I know Yu-Gi-Oh still has his fans though. Just the current state of Yu-Gi-Oh meta. I don't like meta in general. I think I've talked about this before, but I don't know. I don't like when if you want to play something competitively, you have to keep up to date with what's the best strategy and items and decks or whatever. Just like this is completely outside of Yu-Gi-Oh, by the way. Just I'm talking competitive games, anything. Just anything where there's a meta and you have to keep up with it if you want to have a fun time, then I'm not going to have a fun time. I think I that's why I mean, I'm not good at fighting games, but a large reason why I appreciate them is because the meta doesn't mean shit if you can't execute. You know, if you're not that guy who can go in there and do what you do with any character on the roster, because for I'm not a fighting game aficionado, but I feel like for most fighting games, characters are balanced enough that, you know, no one character is gonna overpower the other by virtue of being that character. Like, if you're good enough, you can win a tourney or whatever with any character. Obviously, there's checks and balances with certain characters and stuff, but I feel like for the most part, with the fighting game, you can like if you know how to play it, if you're good at fighting games, you can do what you do with any character. That's why I think they're fun because they escape that meta bullshit. It doesn't matter if you pick the best character on the roster in a tier list or whatever. If you can't execute, then get shit on. Or if you can't execute, then good for you. It just I don't know. They're the only ones that can really escape that meta bullshit, I think. Um, Other games really can't, so that's why I'm turned off of them. That's why I'm kind of turned off of multiplayer games in general. Competitive multiplayer games, at least. But even like casual multiplayer games, I don't like to play a lot. I like a lot of single player stuff. But yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! What was I saying? Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a super meta series. I mean, card game now. It's way different than it was in this version of Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, I'm talking about the card game. This isn't even the card game. This chapter, they're doing Dungeon Dice Monsters. Pretty sure. No, I don't think this is Dungeon Dice Monsters actually, because that's the one where you push the characters down, right? And then they make the board as they appear. I think this is something else. I can't remember. Whatever it is, it's not the card game. But yeah, you can see Yugi cheating. Not cheating, just using an advanced strategy, I guess. I don't know. Yugi cheats all the time, apparently. Bakura. Oh yeah, check this out. This is really cool. Uh, the Hellboy artist, I don't know his name, I'm sorry. But Mike Mignola, 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 Mike Mignola, he did the an art swap with Kazuki Takahashi. And yeah, you can see it here. It's really cool. It's really neat. Hellboy Yugi, or Yugi Hellboy. Mike Mignola. Mignola. It's really cool. It's printed in this issue. Yeah, that's really cool. They did a Hellboy Yugi. Just kind of taking this art in for a second. Sorry. Yeah, it's really neat. And here's the final chapter, I believe, of Yu-Gi-Oh! Of the entire issue, actually. I don't think there's anything else after this. Yeah, I'm not gonna read the entire thing, but really fun series, Yu-Gi-Oh! Really a bunch of cool ideas. Um, you can learn Japanese here. Uh, Nihongo means Japanese in Japanese. Here's your lesson. Yeah, I'm not gonna say any of that. But there you go. You can learn Japanese if you want to. Here's Buse Fury. Apparently, this is the best Dragon Ball Z GBA game. I haven't played this one. They have a few Dragon Ball RPGs on Game Boy. Apparently, this is the best one. There you go. You can also see some movie trivia for Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie here. I remember seeing this, but it was a long time ago, so I don't really remember much. That must be a Dark Magician variant. Sorcerer of Dark Magic, I guess. Blue Eyes Shining Dragon. And also they have an advertisement for Standalone Complex over here. This was the Ghost in the Shell series, not the movie. When it, I think it aired on. I, I'm probably wrong. I think it aired on Adult Swim or Toonami Standalone Complex. But yeah, this is before it aired. Standalone Complex. You can get it at Amazon, Suncoast, GameStop, Fi, Best Buy. This is back in 2004. This issue came out the same month and year my brother was born. Oh, yeah, here's the Inuyasha. I've tried so many times to get into Inuyasha. I've started it so many times, but I don't know. I just haven't been able to get into it the way I wanted to. I know a lot of people love Inuyasha. I want to love it too, but I just haven't. It hasn't clicked for me like that. Nothing against it though. It's really cool. I like the look of it. And it's pretty much almost over now. This issue. Oh damn it! I didn't mean to do that. Look at Shanks, the old Shanks. Oh god, I want to say something about him, but I don't want to spoil One Piece. There's a lot of stuff going on with Shanks right now. Dragon Ball Z trivia contest, so I gotta get the next issue. I gotta get it. I gotta do that trivia contest. Yeah, you see here more about the Kazuki Takahashi interview. Rest in peace to that guy. He was a great guy. Apparently, he died saving someone. Yeah, I'm not too into Beat the Vandal Buster. I'm not too into Shaman King. I'm down with One Piece though. What's this? Hikaru Naga. Kind of looks like a kind of looks like a character from um something. I can't name it, but I feel like I've seen this character before somewhere else other than Hikaru Naga. And yeah, this is pretty much it. It's advertising the next issue, I guess. More Dragon Ball, more Yu-Gi-Oh, more Naruto. The first Tuesday of every month. The Black Book Co-op. This was a. This was a. This happens right before the Dark Tournament. Um, it's when Yusuke and the gang go to save Hiei's sister. Yeah, I love Yu Yu Hakusho, man. I watch the entire anime at least once or twice every year. Can't get enough of it. Oh yeah, and here we are at the end. This is what you'll see if you uh, start with the last page if you read it the wrong way. Some really nice Naruto art. I'm pretty sure this is actually art that they used on one of the chapter covers, but just, colorized. And man, I like this old look. I miss this old Kishimoto look. If you did the exam, then this is what you'll get for the answer guide. There are no incorrect answers. But yeah, I like this old Kishimoto look. If you see here, actually, this is something I've noticed actually because I went back to reread Naruto not too long ago. Sakura's nails, they're actually painted. That used to be a thing uh back in the earlier chapters and art and stuff. Like if you look at the characters' nails and stuff, you notice they're painted. I don't know why Kishimoto like dropped that. I actually kind of like that because it wasn't just Sakura. It was, I think, Haku as well and stuff who had painted nails. I I like that detail. I don't know. Other characters have painted nails as well, like Tsunade. Hers are red, but I miss that old Kishimoto art. I'm not a fan of Boruto art. Yeah, this is telling you how to read manga. Shonen. What is graphic novel? Break it down, friend. Yeah, uh, I would like to collect more Shonen Jumps, just more of these magazines. Um, like I said, I read most of them thanks to my school's library. That's how I read Naruto as well, all of Naruto. But I would like to collect these Shonen Jumps for myself, just a bunch of these older issues, because I think you can see some cool stuff in it. Uh, we saw the. Let me go back. We saw this Yu-Gi-Oh trivia. We saw the exam. I'm not gonna go back through all the pages, but yeah, you see these old advertisements. I think these are neat. I think this is fun stuff to discover and look back at. Like the One Piece manga hadn't even started yet at this point. They're advertising it here. One Piece anime, I mean, if I said anything else. It's coming to Foxbox, which is for kids. So yeah, the anime hadn't even aired in the West yet, I guess. But it's cool to look back at this stuff and see, you know, you get to look at the climate, you get to look at old art, you get to look at a lot of neat stuff. It's pretty neat. And yeah, this is the last page. Dragon Ball GT trading card game. Did anyone play the Dragon Ball GT trading card game? How's that community doing? Is it thriving? The hell is that? Someone's knocking. And here's the final page. Uh, yeah, you'd be reading the wrong way if you read it this way. I also scanned the survey that was included. So if you wanted to do it, there you go. You could send that in, and you would win this Yu-Gi-Oh kit for your Game Boy Advance SP, which I would have loved this as a child. But yeah, I didn't win anything. You can have a little pocket for it. You can have a little cover, I guess. It's pretty neat. It's a pretty neat thing. Yeah, you can fill out the survey. I obtained my copy. Well, I bought this one online actually, so a website. No, it's not the first time. Oh, I should do this. Rank the titles. Okay. So I'm gonna be biased here. Obviously, Yu Yu Hakusho would be number one for me. Um, and uh, in order of preference, I guess One Piece would be number two. I just enjoy it. I enjoyed well actually I'm gonna rank in order of preference at this point in the story. So like Naruto at the Chunin exams, One Piece at the meeting of Sanji, Dragon Ball at the Cell games. Each of those points, I think I would have preferred. Oh god. Well, I'll just say this: Whistle, Shaman King, Hikaru no Go. I'm not really considering them because, no offense, I'm not crazy about those. So I guess Whistle would be 8, Shaman King would be no, Hikaru no Go would be 7, Shaman King 6. Uh, and then for number 2, I guess I do. Do I prefer the Cell games over the Chunin? Well, yeah, I say yeah because the Chunin exam hasn't gotten to the fun part yet. In One Piece, as cool as it is to meet Sanji at this point, there's not much happening. So I'd say of these chapters in this issue, Yu Yu Hakusho 1, Dragon Ball Z 2, uh, Naruto 3, One Piece 4, even though I would rank One Piece above everything. I rank One Piece above Dragon Ball Z even. As much as I love Dragon Ball Z, I'd rank One Piece above Dragon Ball Z as a series. Uh, but yeah, so Yu Yu Hakusho 1, Dragon Ball Z 2, Naruto 3, One Piece 4, Yu-Gi-Oh 5. Nothing against Yu-Gi-Oh. Of course I love it, but I'm not, you know, this part of the series with Zork and stuff and Bakura, uh, it's not the best, I don't think. It's fun, but it's not, you know, I'd put the others above it. And then Karunago 6, no, Shaman King 6, Karunago 7, Whistle 8. Nothing against you, Whistle. I'm just not into sports anime or manga. Oh, which articles did you like best? It'd be. I I don't know. I guess I say Takahashi interview. I like the when Yugi met Hellboy too. That's really neat art in there. Which articles did you like the least? That was a Manga Explorer. Oh no, that was the yeah, I know. I don't know. Go clubs, I guess. I'm not crazy about go clubs. Have you brought any Shonen Jump graphic novels? Yeah, I have. I brought Dragon Ball. I bought Naruto, One Piece, Yu Yu Hakusho. What's that one right there? I can't see. Hold on, I can check it in my actual. I have the actual issue right next to me. I'll check it. It says Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay. Yeah, I haven't actually bought Yu-Gi-Oh. I read that one online. Put on my chicken. The beef jerky. Yeah. And there's one more page here. There's the final page. How often would you like to see Shonen? I think 1 month is a good schedule. It would suck to get these chapters 2 months apart. Uh, it's apparently like worse in Japan because the actual artists have to turn the chapters in on time every week because they do weekly Shonen Jump over there. Is Shonen Jump even still a thing in the West? I don't know. I'm completely out of the loop. Yeah, they do weekly Shonen Jump over there. That's a tough schedule, man. No, Shonen Jump is like a mostly online thing now, right? That's how I read Astro Baby and Fire Punch. Isn't Fire Punch on Shonen Jump? I feel like I read something like Fire Punch on Shonen Jump. Fire Punch is a good series, by the way. It's dark and bleak as fuck, but the sports manga interests you? No, I'm sorry. I admire athletes, I do. I like to play sports. I like to play sports themed video games. But the manga anime doesn't really do anything for me. I'm a basketball fan, so I guess I would like to read basketball most. The Dragon Ball Z contest on page 202. Wait, I'm gonna go back actually. I wanna see. We're going all the way back. Dragon Ball Z contest. Oh my god. Wait a second. I missed 2 pages here. I forgot to scan a couple of these pages. Wait, did I include them? I have to see. Yeah. I'm completely missing 2 pages here. Hold on. Actually, I'll scan them right now and show them. But what's the Dragon Ball Z contest? The fan art thing? Yeah, I didn't do that. No, someone ripped out a page of this book. I guess it was a poster or something. Thanks for that. I'm gonna scan these 2 pages actually. Like right now. Turn this printer on. It really sucks. I hate this printer because it's a smart printer, so you have to connect an app to it. Man, just let me do what I want to do with it. I don't want to fucking connect an account. Okay, hang on. You're gonna hear a loud sound. Wait a second. What the hell? Did you just sign me out? I don't remember my login. Ugh, this is why I hate smart shit. I don't remember my login. I would never ever. Uh, uh, guess I'll try this. Actually, hold on. I can let the music play while I just look up my email. This is so bullshit. I hate this. You shouldn't have to sign into your printer. What's the point of that? I remember I bought LED lights once because I thought, they would just look nice under my computer desk. But no, you need to sign in to use those too. What the fuck? HP. It's a HP printer. I don't even know which email I use to sign up for it. Best group. HP printer. Yeah, no idea. I'm not gonna create a new account because I have one. No, I'm not gonna scan it. I'll just literally take a picture with my phone and I'm not going through this shit. Hang on. I have to stand up. It, uh, this is a great soundtrack, the Ridge Racer soundtrack. This is gonna be really scuffed what I'm about to do. I can't believe I missed these 2 pages. They're not really anything special or worth this trouble anyways, but whatever. Okay. Oh, that's a really large image. Alright, this is one of the images. Wait, I have to fit it. Okay, that's one of them. I should turn off the this actually because okay, that's one of them. I'm gonna try to attach the other one. Forgive me if it looks stupid. All right, there it goes. I tried my best. Uh, there, seamless, perfect. Okay, so yeah, one is Shaman King. Sorry, it looks terrible. One of them is just a Shaman King ad. They're selling a volume of it, the fourth volume. They're also advertising Knights of the Zodiac, Saint Seiya, Prince of Tennis, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Only $8, not bad. Also, yeah, they're advertising Game Boy peripherals, I guess. The wireless link. These aren't even like first party Nintendo things. Wireless messenger. That's kind of like PictoChat, huh? I'm gonna zoom in on it because you can't see it so great. Oh wait. This thing here. Wireless messenger kind of reminds me of Picto. Sorry, the light is right. Like that's where my camera's flash was right on, but you can see it well enough. They're also selling. Oh no no no! Hold on. They were talking about things they like to see for the Game Boy. You can see my thumb a little bit there. Uh, Wireless headphones, universal remote. Yeah, they were just having fun, getting silly. Uh, Look at this. You can see some Sandland art. It's pretty cool. Rest in peace, Toriyama. Rest in peace, Takahashi. Yeah, the Game Boy Advance. It was a hot new thing at this time, I suppose. Uh, Really need a. I had the Advance SP. I have it in this room somewhere. I don't know where it is, but I'm not gonna look for it. But yeah, I guess that's it. I don't have anything else to say about this Shonen Jump. It was just fun to look at. I wanted to do a stream about it. Uh, yeah, that's it. I'll stop there.